since you are Fife's finest, I thought we'd just have a general chat about the kingdom and sort of growing up in
Right,
Fife.
as soon as I leave, as soon as I move out, it's going to just be the dumb of Fife.
Right, okay.
Because the king's going to leave, bro.
Now, as a Fifer, I think it's only fair I can speak about Kaz. The King of Fife is from Methil. Now, I'm not from Methil. I've been a few times, and it's rough. So fair play to Kaz. He's obviously came from a rough place and made his money. But calling yourself the King of Fife? Who died and made you king? Does that make the seagull that keeps showing up on the Jammers page the Queen of Fife? To be fair, she's probably more known throughout Fife than you. So, for those of you that don't know Kaz Milligan is a Scottish TikToker who plays games, vlogs, and is a boxer. Now you can see why I called him the Scottish Jake Paul in the title. In fact, he was supposed to fight former Rangers player Nacho Novo before it was cancelled. He got a lot of stick for this fight because Nacho Novo has had previous health problems. Does that remind you of anyone now? So as previously mentioned, Kaz is for Fife. So between Lewis Buchan, Kaz Milligan, and Scottish Declan, Fife is like Alan Shearer. They've scored a hat-trick. Except for the case of Fife, we scored a hat-trick of bad influences.
Amiobi's downward header. Shearer!
Now, in researching this video, I found out Kaz did a documentary for the BBC talk about being a Scottish influencer. I'm going to play a few notable clips from this because I thought it was quite interesting.
Struggles I've faced as a Scottish creator, or just a creator in general to start with, is when I was in London pursuing like the creative director, modelling, etc. That all failed and I had to come up to Scotland. And during that time, I was bedbound for 6 months, I'd say. I had like severe depression, anxiety, and that was a massive struggle for me because I got to the point where I always knew where I was going to end up. I know my journey, I manifest it, I visualise it, everything. But that was a point in time where I thought, right, how can I get back on track? Do you know what I mean? I just kept my gratitude, I was still alive, stuff like that, and I just gave it time, and I got out good in the end. So if anybody's gone through that, I just want to say, like, give it time, stick in, things are going to get better 100%.
That's quite a good message about mental health, and it's something good to promote. Fair play to Kaz about talking about mental health, as it's something a lot of people struggle with. And with a notable Scottish influencer, wouldn't say famous, talk about it, it's a good message to promote to his fan base and to people watching this documentary to know that everyone's going through it. It's a very difficult thing to overcome.
As a Scottish creator, I mean, this is a bit light-hearted compared to that, but I'd say my accent, people like to roast my accent, and I get it, it's because I'm from Fife. Everybody likes to roast Fife, right? But there's nice places in Fife, like look at St Andrews, like there's stuff like that, but listen, I know it's going to come with what I do, and again, like my accent, I feel like my accent's just a bit weird in general because it's not fully Fife. Like my slang online isn't as strong as what would be if I was just chilling with my boys.
The Fife accent is just horrible on telly or in any form of media in general. I mean, I only slightly alter mine. I speak a wee bit slower, a wee bit more softly. Because if I spoke at my normal pace and how I normally speak, nobody would understand me, and that's not too good for reviews now, is it? But the Fife accent is one of the worst. It's up there with the Glasgow Uni and the Dundonian accent. And look, it's a decent entrepreneurial story and it shows his entrepreneurial spirit. He's able to grow and expand his business. He talks about how his brand and his business are interlinked, and when he grows his brand through his content, he's able to grow his business. But clearly, although he's had some success, the success went to his head. He's now just sort of the Scottish Jake Paul. All the success went straight to his head, and worst of all, he believes his own hype. Narcissistic personality disorder is a mental health condition in which people have an unreasonably high sense of their own importance. They need and seek too much attention and want people to admire them. Sound familiar? See, Kaz does these things, like YouTube documentaries or 10 Things I Can't Live Without. And again, he has had some success in fairness to him, but in the grand scheme of things, it ain't that much. He only had 120k followers on TikTok, and 6.4 Okay, for subscribers on YouTube. I mean, fair enough, that's more than me. Might be different if you hit that subscribe button, just saying. But there's other people who are more well known than him and don't have a documentary. It's like he's done the documentary before he's gotten big, which is the wrong way to do it. So Kaz had a boxing match and it was an open challenge. He won and posted a video being an undefeated boxer.
Oh, is this what it feels like to wake up as an undefeated boxer?
But he hasn't actually fought anyone of substance. Very.
Find something back.
He also posted a video where ChatGPT named him in the top 3 Scottish.
I told ChatGPT to list the top 3 influencers in Scotland and he included me.
Now, I don't know how Scottish Eklund wasn't there. I also have to highlight this comment right here because I think that's absolutely hilarious. Now, funnily enough, when I done this, well, let's just say I got some different results than Kaz. So, as you can see, we're on ChatGPT. Who are the top 3 Scottish influencers? As of 2020. Jamie Genevieve, Leswaith Laura, and Tom Stoll. So as you can see, Kaz Milligan. Another thing he does is he flings his wealth around, like his 500 grand house, or his £5,000 haircut. Now it's a nice house, I'm not going to deny that. And you can flex your wealth however you like, couldn't care less. But I do think it's a bit funny. For him flexing all this wealth, he isn't living in one of the big cities, your Edinburgh, your Glasgow's, your Aberdeen's. And even though it's not a city, St Andrews is a very posh place and a very wealthy place at that. He's living in Perth, which I got nothing against Perth. Brilliant Wetherspoons. Well, a good Wetherspoons, you can't really get a brilliant one. And a good museum. But you think, well, his money, he'd go to one of the posher places. I'm saying that with tongue in cheek because Glasgow's not a posher place, but a place where there was more money. But he's choosing to go to Perth. This says it all, in my opinion. So I thought I'd do this bit unscripted. I've done the rest of the video scripted. I've had to write down what I want to say. And that's hence the reason why this video's taken so long to make. Or one of the reasons. I've never actually done a scripted video before and I thought I'd try something different because I think it's a interesting topic. But I think I had to write a script for it so I know what to say. My overall thoughts on Kaz is, he's not a terrible person, a bit unlikable, but not terrible. And he's doing stuff to help up smaller creators, which you got respect. He's doing a boxing event where he's fighting his biggest hater. I say that in quote marks because it feels like everyone he's going to fight is his biggest hater, but I digress. And he's given people the opportunity to fight on the undercard, who are, much smaller creators than him. Even though he himself's not big, he's still got a reasonably sized audience, and it's good for people to get some exposure. However, he is so arrogant. I don't know why. He's from Ethel. I know to a lot of viewers who are not for Fife, or even Scotland in general, he's probably thinking, what's a Methil? Or, how bad is Methil? And the truth is, it is pretty bad. Could argue it's the worst bit of Fife, to be honest. I said you could argue. There's other places like Ballingery and that, but as a Fifer, I thought, I can comment on this video. And I don't get why he got such arrogant. And don't get me wrong, there are definitely people in Fife who are more arrogant than him. he's someone that's went and made success despite coming from a difficult background. And I think along the way he's definitely got some humility, which is much needed when you are an influencer. Because the money and the fame can, get you ahead quite quickly. And that's quite an example here with Kaz. I think he was always such a narcissistic, well, word I can't say on YouTube, but he just became the Scottish Jake Paul, and he's not really a credible boxer now, is he? Much like Jake Paul. Because Kaz is also for older guys. He fought some guy called the Property Boss, who's, he's not exactly in physically peak condition now, is he? And there's plenty of Scottish boxers he could fight. Plenty of smaller, lesser known Scottish boxers that he could give the opportunity to fight. If he's such a great boxer, he should be able to beat them. Or at least if he's going to face an influencer, he should face an influencer more on his level. I don't know, he probably won't really listen to me. And why would he? He's got his money. And again, fair play to him, he's made his money. But is it worth sacrificing your credibility for a wee bit dosh? I don't think so. That's something some people disagree with me on that. I like you to let me know your thoughts about Kaz in the comments if you've watched his content or if you've never heard him before. I hope you've enjoyed this style of video. I do plan on making a lot more of them actually. The Scottish TikTok scene's an interesting place. You've probably seen videos on the British or the UK TikTok scene, but I feel like a lot of Scottish TikTokers don't get covered on them. I don't know why, because there are quite a few characters there. You like Lewis Buckets. He's probably one of the more known ones because he was on the Meme List channel. Don't know if he was a part of the E-Boys though, but I know he's on the Meme List channel. But I don't think I've seen many videos on Scottish Techland, who I'd love to do a video on because he's quite an interesting character. Again, I hope you enjoyed this video and take care. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.